Hello and welcome to the pet room spray. I forgot to situate my microphones here. Of which there are two. That's okay. Here we go. So here we have the blue bezel pet, which, if you were watching, I believe it's a very early original pet that was converted to have a full-size keyboard at some point and probably used in some university. Anyway, quite remarkably, it came to life. Why? Well, because I put good chips in it. Can you imagine? And I guess none of the small support chips were failing. Now, I have not filled it with RAM. I have not. But I have now had it sitting, running, doing this for almost 24 hours. And it seems to be just dandy. So that, I think, is a more than suitable burn-in period. And, of course, soon, when it gets to a whole day, it will roll over. Because TI $, which is the time, well, once it reaches 24 hours, it goes back to 0. That is quite okay. Anyway, I put World of Commodore because I just do that, because the World of Commodore is a magical experience. It's kind of like Mecca. Everybody should go once. And I know there are shows in the States that I should get to at some point. But I have not. But we'll see. Anyway, so yes, I call this the blue bezel pet because, well, it has a blue bezel around the front monitor. It's also black and white. And there are other things about it. For example, the power connector does not slide on and off. It must be desoldered, which is a genuine pain. Because when I first got this machine, there was something. I'd have to look back and see what it was. Something tormented me to think that I had to take it out and desolder something and replace something. I think it was a socket. But of course, then the pet didn't work. And I was irked and, got busy with other things. And so the pet sat and sat and sat. Then I got into the 4040s. And, life happens. But now my goal is to go at all these small screen machines. So what I have in front of me here, as you have likely seen, excuse me, is an original Checklet pet. That's what I've been using to double check and check chips and things. Then there's the blue bezel, which is, I think, actually older, but it has a full-size keyboard, which is working quite perfectly. And then next to it is Dusty, Rusty, and Crusty. And it's actually not that rusty, but there is some paint on the one side that's kind of coming off the case. Anyway, it's not beautiful. And it has had issues, but I have now been able to test all the chips in all of these machines. So I think my next plan is to see about populating the Dusty, Rusty, and Crusty pet and seeing if it comes to life. I am not hopeful. Mind you, I wasn't at all hopeful that this blue bezel pet would come to life, but it did. So you never know, because this other one in the back, there was a spot that if you pushed on a 6540, which I think is the character ROM, I don't know. Anyway, I should know. The screen went from weird to different. So I still think there's something going on in there. But I have found other chips in there that were bad. Oh, and wait, let's watch it. This thing, which has now been on for 24 hours, is going to go to 0. Kind of like watching the odometer in a car. Anyway, so because of course I have found bad chips, I don't have every single chip from this machine available to try, but that's okay because they were bad chips. So I will put in everything that I know that works from the original machine, and then I will steal from other things to see what's what. And I'm suspecting when I do that, I'm still going to get the same weird screen and with the same thing, where at some point I have to take the board out, probably take the board out, and see about all of that. Either it be the socket or a cold solder joint, or, I mean, first thing I'll do is try and put some, whatever, the deoxit on it, which is beautiful stuff. It is beautiful stuff. Let's see what's what. But before any of that, I will put in 4 RAM chips, 6502, 2 6520s, the 6522, and the 6540. It goes in the back corner, and that's where I think the trouble will be. And then I'll turn it on and say, yeah, same thing. But you never know, because I did find there were other bad chips in there. There were other bad RAM chips in there. And you never know when you have a bad chip of what affects what. But that whole thing of pushing down on the chip and having it change, well, that's different. That leads me to think there is something definitely to deal with back there. Anyway, one good thing about having this blue PET up and working is the Dusty, Rusty, and Crusty was upgraded to Basic 2, as was this blue bezel PET in front of me. So before, I figured I can't really test them one at a time because I don't have a machine that's working that has them all in. But now I can, one by one, take the ROM chips. Gee, maybe I should do that first. What if I have bad ROM chips? I will ponder. Ponder. Torment. No, I think, you know what, I think I'm going to populate, and then I can go back and see what's what if something isn't happening. Anyway, I can check the ROMs now in the blue bezel PET one at a time and see if there's any wrong that aren't working. And then I can carry on with a variety of other tinkering and experiments. But ultimately, I think the other machine sitting on the table here is the number 5 machine. I think, but I don't remember now. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's the rusty. It's 32K that works. Anyway, it's got to come off of here because now that I'm working on the oldest PETs with the oldest boards, which are from the 1977, golly, 47 years ago. 47? Does that make sense? Yeah, pretty much. 46, 47 years ago. I think I will stick to them so I can get everything figured and everything sorted and fix what I can, figure out what I can't, see what parts are what, decide what is staying and what is going, and send things, well, I mean, I'd rather sell things locally, but I am not adverse to shipping around the world. I've done it before. It's funny, I have 39 pets, but I have had more over the years. I don't remember how many that I have sold, but there are some. I'm just trying to think. Certainly 1, 2, 3, at least 3, maybe more. I don't remember. Well, I'm sitting here now in the dark because the screen shows up better like this. But I think what I will do is take a little break. Penny was here before. I thought she might join in, but she has since fled. Oh well. Anyway, I think I will start to populate with what I have into the third machine here, and then steal something from either this machine or from the chiclet machine and see what's what. I think I know what the answer is going to be, but I won't know until I do it. I really never thought that this blue bezel thing would start up, but it did. So stay tuned for more. more exciting operations. I'm suspecting, I'm going to set up the camera so you can see inside the other machine as I do it. And it's kind of in a weird position. It's way down at the end of the table. I really can't get out of this well. I really have to be careful about bending pins. I will tweak it a bit as much as I can. I think what I'll do, I'll move this machine, the blue bezel and the chiclet one over as far as I can so I can get a good angle on Dusty, Rusty, and Crusty. That is the plan. Anyway, and will it work? I don't know. But, gotta give it a try. As I always tell people, we make it up as we go along, and we get a better idea of what to try next by what we see happen, what the symptoms are, and you never know what little thing will twig you as to the direction to go. Anyway, thanks for coming, and I think actually soon, very soon, I will turn this machine off. It's certainly had enough time to burn in and burn out if it was going to. And besides, I think I might have to borrow some chips out of it. I think maybe I'm down 2 chips. That would be helpful, I'm thinking. We'll see about that. Anyway, thanks for coming. Have a lovely, lovely, lovely day. We'll see you again tomorrow. David Bradley in the pet room, signing off. Bye for now.